drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. Moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide her towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melody. He turned to me as if to say, "Hurry, boy, it's waiting here for you. It's gonna take a lot to take me away. There's nothing that a hungry man or a boy can ever do. I place the reins down and gonna take some time to do things we never had." Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. I have a massive hit song for you today. We're going to learn how to play Africa by Toto. Now, this one is an amazing song that doesn't have a lot of guitar in it. So I have taken all the little kalimba parts, or kind of synth kalimbas, even the solo. I've even transcribed that thing because I'm a lunatic. So anyway, I have done all this, and I even tried to sing it badly, but you know, what if you're going to do all the other stuff, you might as well do everything. Alright, so it's going to be a lot of fun here. We're in standard tuning, by the way. Before I get into it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the little notification bell so you know when I release a new lesson. And check out my Guitar Academy. Very, very important. So I've got all these guitar courses that I've created about improvisation, different styles, technique, ear training, guitar tone. Got a lot of stuff in there. I'm live there with the Academy members every week or every weekend. So it's a good time. We've got a good little group over there. So come over and join us. And I hope to see you there. So let me jump right into this opening line. I know it's kind of on this synth patch here that we have this. We have that little line, and then there's a little part that kind of mimics, it's a synth part that mimics a kalimba. Yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of a weird sequence of notes, but I've got that transcribed. A little bit stretchy, but you don't have to play that part to do the song. You just go. So don't think you have to be like this, you know, crazy, you know. You have to practice. Nobody really wants to practice, right? So anyway, we're going to start here with an A major chord. So we're at the A major, 5th fret bar here, standard A major chord. 5th fret bar, 6th fret on the G, 7th on the D, and the A. So we have, it's kind of like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you're on the A first. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the 3 is a G sharp minor chord. So that's just taking everything back 1 fret to the 4th fret and lifting up the middle finger. And then we're already at the 4th fret, so you can just kind of hold that bar if you want, but I like to kind of transition over. But we play a C sharp minor chord. So that is going to be 4th fret bar again. 6th, so it's 4th on the A, 6th on the D and the G, 5th on the B, and 4th on the high E string. So we have that. So if you just want to hang out and just do it like that, that's cool. What I did when I do that little kalimba part there, I have to play this C chord like this. And I don't play the full, you know, I kind of remove the 5th there. So I'm playing the 4th fret there on the A string. I'm muting the D string with the bottom of that finger. And I'm playing the 6th fret there on the G, and then the 5th fret on the B. So you have to get those 3 notes real quick. You see how I'm playing that with my middle finger though? I'm not my index finger, because that's getting ready to do some serious business. So we have this. Alright, so now we're going to get to that kalimba part. So you want to let these ring as much as you can. Reach back, don't hate me for this, the 2nd fret of the high E string. Alright, so like I said, it's not required, it's just extra credit. It's not on guitar anyway, right? So that's the line that I'm going to be doing there. So as much as you can keep that down under it. So look, for those brave enough, 6th fret on the, 2nd fret on the high E, 5th on the B, and 6th on the G. Alright, so how I've remembered this pattern, how to play it, is I first think of the first 7 notes. I pick across from the high E down to the G. Then I pick the B and the G, and then the high E and the G. So that's 7 notes, and that's just a pattern that I've kind of memorized. Alright, now what you're going to do is pick up the index and the ring finger and just pick across this next pattern. It's just going to be the open high E, the open B, and then the open high E again. So we have this. Alright, and then you're going to end it with this. So it's kind of weird, I know. So that is back having all the fingers down, and you're going to pick across from the high E to the G again. Then you're going to have the open B string. So we have this. And then play the 6th fret on the G again. 2 on the high E to the open high E. When you get to the open high E, that's when you're going to transition back to start the riff over at the A major chord. So we have this all together. Alright, so like I said, that's a difficult thing to play. There's different areas you can do it up there, but you know, obviously for the extreme Toto fans out there, you might want to play it, be authentic. So that's why I threw that in. But otherwise, fake it. Just pick across that C sharp minor. Trust me, if you're playing this like a bar, nobody would know. Because we're probably drunk. Alright, so... Alright, let's move on. So we get to the verse now, which has some very interesting chords in it. It's like this. Then that goes to probably one of the greatest choruses ever written. So let's just start with the verse here. The B major chord. I bar. I know I do my major chord bars with my pinky. A lot of people don't do that, but it's the 2nd fret on the A, 4th fret bar across the D, G, and the B. Then we're going to take it up to a E flat, a -7, or it's called sharp minor 7, whatever. So we have a bar at the 6th fret, right? 8th fret on the D, then that bar, the 6th fret on the G, and then the 7th fret there on the B string. All right, to a G sharp minor. So we have B major, D sharp minor 7, G sharp minor. So that G sharp minor is full bar at the 4th fret, and then 6th fret on the A and the D. So, now here is where we start getting to some interesting chords. And it's hard to pick up on the recording, but it's there. We have a B major chord in second inversion because we have F sharp in the bass. So we're doing that B major we did earlier, but basically just add the 2nd fret on the low E with it. And then we do the same thing on the next chord, except it's much easier to play. It's just an A major chord, but we have E in the bass. So it's basically the same thing, just taking down 2 frets. It says, but she is only whispers of some. Now we get to some really cool chords because they're taking the bass line, it's really pushing it back up to the A chord. So we had this, from this, we had the A major with E in the bass, and then we have a bass line that goes. So the chords that is going under, after we did this A major with E in the bass, we're going to play an E major chord, but with F sharp in the bass. You don't see that every day. So we have this. Then we're going to take that bass on that F sharp up to that G sharp minor again. So it's building up, and then to that A and that same figure we started the track with. And then you start over. So all the way through here. But she's only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. Her moonlit wings reflect the cars that guide me towards salvation. So basically doing that just like 3 times. Some forgotten words arrange your name. And then the 4th time through, you shorten it a little bit. We still that B, the D sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7, G sharp 7, G sharp minor. Hold that now. Hurry boy, it's... And then we do that little figure that we started the track with. Waiting here for you. That kind of pushes us to the chorus. So that that little bass line that moves up in there, very unique. But you'll probably hear a lot of people just play that as an A, E, G sharp minor, and then A. But it really, that when you add that bass line the way it's supposed to be played, it really kind of adds a lot to it. It's really cool sounding. And it's not any harder to play, so might as well do it, right? All right, so then after we get the... Then we get to the easiest part of the song, guitar-wise, and the hardest part to sing, and that is the chorus, but it's a great chorus, so here we go. So that is F sharp minor. F sharp minor chord. It's full bar at the 2nd fret, 4th fret on the A and the D. So a standard D major. You should know that already. If you don't, go to guitarlessons365.com. It's there. do an A major, and do an E. So that's the main progression. So that's 3 times of that progression. The 4th time is a little bit extended. Instead of F sharp to D to that A major, but instead of going to E there, we go up to the C sharp minor that we did earlier, then the E, and then an F sharp minor again, and then it goes to an E chord in first inversion. But it's just real easy, especially on guitar, just to grab it like this, just kind of imply it. So that's the 4th fret there on the low E, and then the 7th fret there on the A string. And that takes us real easy back to that A major chord to start the verse over again. So that last bit of the chorus is... So we go through all those same sections again. There's no new chord progressions really even underneath the solo. So now for the solo, this is a bunch of layers of like flutes and kalimbas and marimbas and talimbas and I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. Anyway, so there's a harmony part here. So what I'm doing is mostly the low harmony line because I just think it sounds better on acoustic guitar, and I'm not up here doing all this crazy stuff. All right, so I'm going to play through this. At certain parts, I'll kind of combine a couple of the harmony lines where I think they sound good together. But for the most part, it's going to be most of the lower harmony line. All right, so here we go. So we are at the 12th fret here. So it's basically a kind of a 3-note sequence that's just kind of taken down through the scale. So we're going to play 12, 9 on the B to 11 on the G. That's the first 3 notes. The next 3 notes are 9, 7 on the B and 8 on the G. So we have this. Then we play 7, 4 on the B and 6 on the G. Then we play 4, 2 on the B to 4 on the G. So that's the next 3 notes. So it's 4 3-note groups so far. Then we play 6, 4 on the G, kind of moving over string sets here. So 6, 4 on the G to 6 on the D. Then play 4, 1 on the G to 4 on the D. And then the last 3-note pattern, we're going to move up now onto the string sets D and A and play 6, 4 on the D over to 6 on the A. So all together for the 3-note pattern. All right, and then we're going to resolve that part. That plays 4 on the G, then plays 6, 4. And then I'm going to play a little power chord here. 4th fret on the D, 6th fret on the G, 7th on the B. So All right, and then there's a little quick arpeggio here that I'm going to sweep on the guitar. So we have that. All right, so that's just a quick little A major. So that's 11th fret there on the D, 9th on the G, 10 on the B, and 9 on the high E. So you just kind of want to sweep up, and that's really the first melody note. Then play 7, so 9, 7. Then play 10, 9, 7 on the B, 9, 8 on the G. Fun stuff. I'm sorry. So after we get that, we're going to have this. So this is kind of a little bit funkier here. So this just goes 12, 10, 9 on the B string, then 11, 9, 8 on the G. And then we're going to end this part like this. So that goes 12, 11 on the 12 on the B, skip over to 11 on the G, and then do a pull off 9 to 8 on the G, and then come up here. This is where I'm going to combine a couple of the parts here. We're going to play 9 on the G, 11 on the D. So all together for that part. And then the last section. So that's going to be 13, 11, 13 on the G. Then play 12 on the B, 13 on the G, back to 12 on the B. So it's little 3-note groups again. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Then play 14, 12, 14 on the B. All right, so we have this. We're going to end it with these two notes, just a little quick run at least. Play 11 on the high E, and then 14 on the B. And then here I'm going to be combining a couple of the harmony lines. So what I'm playing here is I'm playing 10 on the high E, 11 on the B. So I'm play those together and quickly slide them. They're just kind of grace notes that are just leading into 11 and 12 there. Kind of do the same thing, but now just with a bar at the 8th fret across the B and the high E, and slide up to 9 real quick. So with this. So we have this. And end it with 11 on the G, 12 on the B. And then it just kind of hits the little pre-chorus part, that G sharp minor. It's waiting here for you. It's not about a woman, apparently. It's about a continent. All right, and then we're back to the chorus. And the chorus at the end is kind of extended. So, you know, we just kind of... Just kind of repeat that. Great song. If you can get this together, man, it's going to impress some people. It's not easy to play the way I've got it arranged because I'm trying to stay really faithful to the recording. But like I said, if you just want to play the basic chords, that's going to sound great too. And then just skip the solo. Just play the chord progression that you already know underneath the solo. And have somebody, or just hum the solo. That sounds good too. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.